How we lit a plain room like Euphoria, from boring to cinematic. We'll show you how we recreated 2 stylized lighting setups inspired by the show. We started by analyzing the reference shot from Euphoria. What stood out immediately was the directional, hard light with slight movement, giving the feel of refracted or caustic light, creating a dreamy look. Here's how we recreated that look step by step. 1. We turned off all the apartment's lights to take full control over the lighting. 2. The camera's white balance was set to 4500K. 3. We used the Zhiyun Molis X100 RGB with the spotlight attachment as our main light source. The light was positioned slightly above and at a 45-degree angle in front of the subject. To create the refraction effect, we shined the light through a glass tank filled with water, and we added a fan aimed at the water tank, creating small ripples that made the caustic lighting dance subtly on the subject's face. The fixture was set to 3000K for a warm, cinematic tone and slowly ramped intensity from 0% to 100%. 4. For just a touch of fill, we used a Pavobulb 10C placed in a small practical lamp. It added soft texture to the shadows without ruining the contrast. Settings for the bulb are on screen. A simple but effective setup that created a surreal, stylized look, perfect for music videos, portraits, or cinematic storytelling. To recreate the second shot, we began by analyzing the reference from the show. At first glance, we noticed a mix of cool and warm lighting. Looking closely at the character's eyes, you'll see 2 distinct reflections, one from a small hard light source creating sharp shadows, and another softer reflection, likely coming from a light in another room, adding a gentle wrap of light around the face. There's also a cool top light casting a subtle slash of light across the cheek. Let's break down how we recreated that look, step by step. 1. We added a fake wall in the room to match the reference layout. Just a bedsheet clipped onto a tube. Simple but visually effective. 2. We shut off all house lights to take full control over the look. 3. The camera's white balance was set to 4500K. 4. We added a subtle slash of soft light to suggest it was coming from another room. But we don't have another room, and space for light. We used a 115 by 90 centimeter white reflector and bounced a Molis X100 RGB with a spotlight attachment from Zhiyun onto it. This let me fine-tune the beam precisely and create a soft, believable result. 5. To mimic the cool light slashing across the cheek, we rigged a Nanlite Pavotube 230C overhead, gripped to the gate above the subject. And I wrapped a foam sheet around the Pavotube to diffuse the light. Set to 6700K and 8% intensity, just enough to highlight without overpowering. 6. Our main light was the Zhiyun B200, modified with a 45 centimeter octabox and grid. Positioned about 2 meters away, it gave a soft but directional key, added texture to the face, and gave the eyes a clean catch light. This 2-look breakdown shows how much you can do in a basic space using smart lighting, a bit of creativity, and maybe a bedsheet. And boom, you're in Euphoria.